Hello, my name is Alexei. Um, I'm a philosopher, polymath, educator, uh, musician, scientist, maybe. And I wrote a book about ethics. This is second part of 10 videos. I hope I would shoot 10 videos, but might not be the case. Please help me translate my book to your mother tongue. It would benefit society and the world. I mean human race. Because we would fight egoism, and we would win. So this is book about ethics, which consists of 100 points, 100 messages, how to become mindful, conscious person. And I would read my book out loud. This is some kind of audio video version of my book. Let's begin. In our daily lives, we rely on information from various sources. All our decisions are made based on known information. Our worldview and our reality are woven from a wide variety of pieces of information. Lying changes another person's reality. When you lie to someone, you put the other person in a corrupted reality on the basis of which the person will live and take decisions. Remember that there are people who do not want to live in a corrupted reality, but want to see it for real. Fix it for yourself. Lying makes life difficult for other people. 12th point. 12th. Point number 12. There is no guarantee that you will live will live to old age. There is no guarantee that you will live for more than a year. People die at all ages and for many different unpredictable reasons. If you are sure that you are guaranteed to live to old age, then name the source of the guarantee and the form implementation of such a guarantee. I don't think you can do it. Advertising is trying to control you, and it's good with his job. Even when you think that it doesn't work on you because you don't listen to or study it carefully, it still works on you. Think carefully before any purchase. I'm buying this for the kind of money. I'm buying this for the kind of money because advertising do not impose the need for this thing. I decided myself. It is reality. It's really useful and necessary for me. I can't live a satisfying life without these things. Point number 14. Your appearance is important to you, not to others. People around you are mostly concerned about completely different things other than your appearance. The desire to see you in a beautiful clothes and a desire with and the desire to see you in a beautiful clothes is a desire with irrecredibly low priority in the minds of other people. That is, it doesn't matter to them. Basically, only you. If you learn not to attach importance to what other people might think of you, then your self-esteem would begin to approach invulnerability. Point number 15. 90% of humanity's ills lie, I'd say not ills, troubles. Lies lies in stupidity and selfishness. It seems to me that selfishness is a more influential factor in causing problems. You will make the world a better place if you overcome selfishness and stupidity in yourself. No one belongs to you. Only you belong to yourself, or only you belong to yourself. So start with yourself. To combat selfishness, you need to stop doing things that please only yourself out of habit, without regard to the consequences for others, and you need to start actively taking actions for the benefit of others, and this will become a new habit. To combat stupidity, you need to find non-boring sources of knowledge and make them your personal main leisure activity. At the time, curiosity will allow you to consume boring sources of knowledge, among other things. Oh, sorry, you saw corrupted version. Yep. Let's continue. Point number 16. Learn to resist the majority opinion. Learn to say no when everyone is silently saying yes. I'm not pushing you towards anarchy and lawlessness. I ask you not to be guided by the majority opinion in your life, because it is very easy to control people through the everyone agrees with this. Everyone agrees with this template. With this template, it's very easy to control people. When in fact not everyone agrees with this, but there are those who have loud mouthpiece through which this idea is heard, hammered in. Learn to challenge your own points of view and beliefs. Specifics. Try to formulate all the arguments in support of your sincere position. Try to formulate all the arguments in support of the opposite position. Try to refute the arguments of your own position one at a time. while noticing which argument or counter-argument are closest to the truth the most. Try to refute the arguments of the opposite position one at a time, while noting which arguments or counter-arguments are closest to the truth the most. Update your understanding of this issue with an eye to good arguments in favor of opposite position. This way you will be able to take a more informed and balanced point of view. Point number 18. Take a good look at what justice is. Unfortunately, many terrible deeds in the history of mankind have been committed in the name of justice. Be very careful about how you interpret the surrounding events and how you should act. Do not allow the increase of injustice in the name of the ideal of justice. Carefully distinguish them. Point number 19. Justice does not exist in our mental reality as a given, as material objects. It is not expressed with something inchangeable in a specific object, event, or relationship. Our material world does not contain justice. That is, justice cannot be discovered experimentally. Natural science is powerless here. However, justice can be pursued and it can be approached. Justice is a mental ideal that cannot be ignored or belittled. Point number 20. Justice is not like karma. In Indian religions, it is postulated that retribution will absolutely and inevitably overtake everyone according to their good or bad karma. But I'm sure that karma does not exist. Unfortunately, justice is not something that absolutely and irrevocably brings retribution to everyone according to their good and bad deeds. Justice is the result of conscious activity and not an inevitable natural law as the concept of karma. A person plays an active role in approaching justice, as well as the created social institutions. They lead to the approach of justice. Although, unfortunately, there are socially flawed institutions. Point number 21. Restoring justice because of unfair actions against you specifically is a false path to justice. It will only increase injustice. After all, this is a manifestation of pride and selfishness Think about it. If justice is important to you, will justice be enough for you, only for yourself? Restoring justice because of the unfair actions of one particular group of people towards another particular group of people is a false path to justice. It will only increase injustice. After all, this is a manifestation of discrimination, in-group, out-group thinking, favoritism, tribalism. Think about it. If justice is important to you, will justice be enough for you, only for those with whom you associate with? Whom you associate yourself. Justice is impossible through favoritism. It requires the inclusion of everyone, not just one's own group. Trying to benefit all people in general, and maybe even people of the future, and maybe even animals, is a genuine way to achieve justice, to take care of the good of everyone in general, without focusing only on justice towards yourself and not focusing only on justice towards people close to your spirit, to you in spirit. Point number 24. People who have not studied philosophy in their daily lives are guided either by the sacred scriptures of their religion or by specific social norms that are learned in the process of growing up, connecting with other people, and learned from the media. But philosophers argue about what are the universal rules of honest and just actions, regardless of religion and in isolation from the culture of any nation. That is, there are rules by which you will act well in any to any people from anywhere. So ethics for philosophers is universal, and it found through universal principles, I'd say, and not, well, in China, think about you talk to human with the community way of thinking, and when you're talking to American, you're talking with individualistic way of thinking. No. You can be kind to any human being from any country if you would use moral principles that are discovered by philosophers for a long time ago. Point number 25. Most likely, conflicts between people will occur throughout the history of mankind, in any social groups, in any social institution. It seems to me that a world without conflicts is impossible. However, while you are alive, you can do something about it. Make less conflicts. You can do something about it. Make less conflicts. There are two sides involved in conflict. The conflict continues as long as both sides are unhappy with each other because of the inconvenience or harm caused because of it. But the conflict stops when at least one side comes out of it. For example, forgiving the other party, or by isolating oneself from the participation in the conflict on the other side. You can end any conflict in your life very simply if you only want to leave this conflict yourself. I think how I read not professionally. So this audiobook is flawed. But also you can perceive this audio video version of this book as warm, cozy, neat, nice, natural way of speaking, of a reading person their own notes, and not like, well, if I spend my time for this bullshit, well, you must be comprehensible. You're not comprehensible enough. Yeah. Point number 26. People, please, do not make a cult or religion out of these notes. Do not take these texts as a holy scripture. These are just my instructions for a conscious life. These notes are not a holy scripture, but a set of sentences that you can use as guidelines for conscious life. They are not dogmas, but serve as a tool to find your way. I have made many categorical and inflexible calls that claim to have universal rules for all people. Point number 27. You can list the advantages of dishonesty as a lifestyle until nightfall. There are many of them, but there are advantages to leading a good counsel. See the definitions at the beginning of the book. But there are advantages for leading a conscious lifestyle. See what conscious means in a dictionary at the beginning of this book. Your life becomes clear, understandable, precise, reliable, comfortable from the point of view of conscious. You have clean before yourself. You are clean in your own eyes. You always know where you are. You always know where you are right and where you're wrong. When you make it clear to people what principles you live by, it makes it easier for other people, understanding and predicting your actions. It makes life easier for them. The more predictable a person is, the easier it to cooperate with them. Chaos is unpleasant for people. A conscientious lifestyle helps to create reliable, sincere friendships and business relationships. You do not need to keep in mind when and to whom you told a lie. Oh no, 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 oh no. Other reasons to live conscientious lifestyle. Conscientious. Yep, the whole book you can hear from me conscious, but I don't mean being awake. I'm meaning not consciousness, a conscientiousness, something like that. I mean being mindful person, to be conscientious person. Sorry if you misunderstood me in some parts and I made it unclear. Other arguments to be conscientiousness, mindful person. You create a reputation in eyes of others as kind person who can be relied upon. In other words, creating trust in you, which is expressed in reciprocity, which is expressed with reciprocity. Caution. Recognize, beware, and distance yourself from those who try to use you without reciprocity. The world is full of people who adhere to the tit for tat rule. That is, they are prone to revenge. Revenge can come many years later when you don't expect it all. If you are conscientious, you are less likely to face revenge. You know? And the last for this chapter. Point number 28. Brush your teeth gently, or you would lose your teeth, or you would experience severe pain when you are not expecting this. This is painful to lose teeth, and this is harms your appearance. You know, my appearance matters. My appearance matters. All appearances matters. Please watch other parts of this version of my audio video book. Please help me translate this book to other languages. It would help to bring more good to humanity. Because there would be less egoism in people if they would start to live mindful lifestyle, conscientious lifestyle. Thank you for watching. Bye!